Hello, my name is Doug McWilliams. I'm the author of The Evolution of Love, How a New Paradigm Frees Us from Fear and Allows Us to Love Openly. And I want to talk about this concept of relationship deal breakers. Um, Before I get to what those deal breakers are, one of the points I make in this book is we each of us have to, at some point, really sit down and write out, you know, what are the qualities that we need to have in our relationship with our partner to be happy and satisfied. I give some examples of, similar intelligence, so we have good conversation. We laugh together, so we have a similar sense of humor. We have fun together. Some people are more fun than others. You just click with them, right? We have similar interests. I couldn't probably date someone who just talks about, certainly not the Kardashians or any stupid television show. I need someone who is going to support me when I'm pick me up. Also going to challenge me to be a better person, help me grow. That we enjoy, similar things. That we're sexually compatible and have fun in that aspect of the relationship. But fine, we're all going to have some different criteria, right? But sit down and think about what they are, and understand it's going to be hard to find all of those criteria in one person. Certainly not in the first person that you fall in love with. Very unlikely. And when you find that that criteria is not being met, that's a deal breaker. It's not going to work out. If I find out that this person I'm partnered with is a racist, to me that's a deal breaker. Or maybe they're a smoker, drug addict. Maybe they want to have kids and I don't want to have kids. That's a deal breaker. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean you stop caring about each other. It just means it's not going to work. And it shouldn't be such a devastating, shocking realization. So many people, I think women maybe more so than men, make the mistake, and I tell people this constantly, do not make the mistake of investing your self-esteem and ego in the idea that this relationship is going to last for the rest of our lives. That is a mistake. Because for any number of reasons, it probably won't last the rest of your life. How can I say probably? Well, I mean, for me, I've been in many relationships, and you probably have too. How many people does it work out for the first crack? And even if they stay together, how does it really work? How happy and satisfied are they really? Are they just coexisting, kind of muddling through? There's no need to invest your self-esteem and ego in making that relationship last. Your partner finds someone else. That's not a blow to you. It doesn't mean you're any less sexy or any less of a catch than you were before. And also that it's fair for someone to, since your partner has a deal breaker with you, that's their absolute right to break up with you. You can't harbor resentment. They have their life to live happily. I'm just kind of speaking off the cuff here, but I'm thinking of like Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston, right? So they met, fell in love, got married. I don't know how many years they were together, but then along comes Angelina Jolie, and Brad now clicks with her, and he loves Jennifer, but this is the person I click with. I'm in love with now. It's the person I'd rather be with. Should I stay with you, Jennifer, out of obligation and pity? Is that fair to you? No, you deserve to be in a relationship with someone who you really click with. And vice versa. For Brad, he has a life to live with the person that he's going to be happiest with. And I'm sorry I didn't meet you sooner before, but that's how it worked out. So there's no good guy, bad guy here. And now playing out with using this Brad Pitt examples some more with what's happening with Angelina Jolie. I know that right now, I'm sure there's lots of animosity, anger and resentment, confusion and bitterness. And I could have said, guys, this is going to happen. The romance is not going to last. It's friendship that's going to sustain you, if anything. Know that. Know that up front so that you're not disillusioned with the relationship later. And certainly when you have kids together, it's not time to become enemies. You have to, and I'm sure that I think they're both uh, good people. I think they'll get it right and and come to settle down and make peace and provide for those kids like two mature adults would. But a lot of people get that wrong when the romance, when the marriage doesn't work out. Now, again, I've talked about this before, but using the kids now and as bargaining chips to get back at each other, it's a disaster. Um, so yeah, I'll say it again. Sit down now. Think about, and if you're young, I mean, if you're still in my 20s, I didn't know what those characteristics were that I was looking for. So when you're young like that, you got to get out there. You got to get involved in relationships and figure out, well, what works for me, what doesn't work for me, what do I need to have in a relationship. And I just think it's so damaging, so ill-advised for people to get married when they're 25, 20 years old. You don't know who you are yet. You don't know what you want in a relationship. You don't know anything about love. You got to get out and experience um, people before you know. And again, I had about 10 to a dozen different criteria, requirements that I need to have in my relationship in order to feel that it's a successful relationship. And when it's not there, it's done. There's no need to get upset. It is what it is. It's not there. It's what I need. It doesn't mean that I stop caring for that person I've been dating. I still love them as a friend. And I want the same in return. It's just being mature and thoughtful. It's also, it entails having an understanding of our own nature, of human nature, and of love itself. I have my own definition of love, which I'll share again. And the point is that I call it the evolution of love, a new paradigm. The old paradigm is that love is this emotion, falling in love, and I start off the book by calling it the imposter. That's not love, but to some people that's what love means. It's the emotion of being in love and falling in love, and it's real and it's powerful, but it's primitive and it doesn't last. My new paradigm is this: love is a thought from the more evolved region of our brain. It's when you care. It's the deepest level of caring about someone else. When you care so much for that person, they feel like they're part of you. When they hurt, you feel it. When they're happy, you feel that too. And when you care about someone like that, you want them to be happy. You wouldn't ask them to stay if they're not happy. We all have a selfish side of us that wants to possess, explained by our primitive brain. But what's the best part of our nature? Is it our primitive, selfish self? Or is it our higher values? Empathy, caring, fairness, altruism, living in harmony with other people. So I talk about how our brains are structured, how they've evolved. It's important to grasp that, to grasp how our psyche works, so that we don't carry all this guilt and resentment and confusion. We have to look at the science to understand ourselves, to understand love. And once you do, I hope you'll feel just like I do. Love is nothing to fear. No one can hurt me. I just want to give it fearlessly and express it fearlessly. And I appreciate it while it's there. I don't take it for granted. And when it's not there, I know that I drank it up. I experienced it. Appreciate it every day. And I think that's just a good approach for life too. You have to live life with the realization that it's finite. We don't live forever. So go now. Do what you got to do now. Say I love you now, so that at the end of our life we'll have that satisfaction of that. I lived it. I didn't. I don't want to be on my deathbed and say I wish I had more time. I wish I'd said this or that. No. You go right now, and then you live a much happier life, more love, more satisfaction. I'll sign off now. It's about 10 minutes. The book's available on Amazon for 99 cents. I'll put a link below. Hope that helps you. You have a good day.